Our story has already begun.
Hello, my children, and welcome in. My name is Alan the Yellow-Eyed. I am the High Priest of the Great Yellow Eyeball. May his gaze be upon you this and every single one of your days. It is Friday night, which, as you know, it means Dungeons & Dragons. Just as a quick heads up to everybody out there, I am on call, so hopefully I don't get any phone calls tonight. I didn't turn any of that off.
This here jam for all fella. Try to do what the lady tell us.
I got it.
Get knocked down cause overzealous.
I got it.
Play hard, get
I got it.
beat, now get jealous. Thank you for spreading the eye to your people.
I got it. I got it. We're fine. We're fine here. Alright? Yeah, screw it. We're just gonna go with that for now. There!
You are the Brute Squad.
Sorry about that. Anyway, guys, where we left off with our illustrious and wonderful members of our party, they had just fought. They found another giant relic in Morgren's Mound. Yes, that just sounds dirty. In Morgur's Mound. Thank you very much. And they were attacked by a bunch of skeletal lizards, and they quickly got rid of them, and that's where we ended it. So tonight we are missing our paladin, so it's just a guy's night, and so let's go ahead and just get started right away. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
That was a little much. Anyway, as you can see, there's been a lot of skill rolls already for no reason. So anyway, guys, where we left off last week, essentially, you had been doing a couple of excavations. You found a few.
Thank you for spreading the eye to your people.
Magical items during your excavation, and during your third one, you found a golden tooth. Well, a gold-plated tooth. About the size of your hand. And immediately upon getting it, 4 skeletal lizards burst forth from the ground and immediately started attacking. You guys quickly put them back to death before we ended for the week, and here you are. This is where we're starting. You guys are still there at the mound.
So wasn't there more spots that we could be digging at here on this mound for magical items and whatnot?
I mean, so there were spots all over the place that you were kind of detecting magic around. So you were kind of digging at those various spots, and you found 2 magic items, and then during your third one, you found this tooth.
Can we try another spot?
Not Pingus. How long is, that's 1 hour for that detect magic, isn't it?
Wasn't it only 10 minutes?
Oh, it's only 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, and you guys were digging for a while to find those 3 items, so, I mean, you can dig if you want. That's up to you.
Heck, I got the shovel and the energy for it. Let's try it.
All right.
Dig.
So you find another spot and start digging. Everybody go ahead and give me an investigation check real quick.
What map are we on again?
Morgur's Mound Players is the one that you guys should be using.
You said investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
Clearly, I'm just the dumb dwarf with a shovel at this point.
At least it wasn't negative.
That's true. So after this, the bit of digging, kind of doing the same thing you were doing your first couple of times, you don't really find anything of use, broken pots and things like that, but nothing that is interesting in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, a broken pot, you say?
I need
I don't have one of those in my bag yet.
You sure you're not part giant? He's just collecting everything.
all of it.
All right. I mean, if you want to take the broken pot, go ahead and add it to your inventory.
All right, come here, broken pot.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I'm collecting things for Huss's hold. All
There
right.
you go. That's right.
That's totally legit. We need to build that castle up for that turtle. I'm telling you, he'll love it.
Did we need to go to Waterdeep to visit cartographers to go to some P place that the dude's dad's in, who got killed by his dad in the Oracle room?
Shit. My notes are incomplete on the matter. Something about killing Frost Giant and dude's father. Damn it. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, what's the weight of a broken pot?
Half a pound.
All right.
So you gents want to get us off to Ravens Rock? I think we found plenty of cool and fun things here. We keep
We'll
digging.
have to Oracle when we get there. Back. Like, hey, Dad.
Hey, bad. What?
Totally re-asked the question because we got lost and distracted.
All right. Well, I mean, so. Sorry, what was the question again? I was reading something.
So there's the storm giant who got killed by his dad
Yes.
in the Oracle place.
Yes.
We have another
We needed to go to
beating
Waterdeep to go and talk to the dudes, or to talk to cartographers to make a map to go to some P place where his dad is, right?
It's a small village that not a lot of people have ever heard of. Yes. Called Parnast.
So should we do that before we go to the last place? Just so it cuts down on travel time a little bit?
I mean, I don't even know where that is. Let's open that map.
Waterdeep, I think, is to the southwest of us.
You're talking, let's see here. If you're gonna head all the way down to Waterdeep, that's gonna take some days.
Yeah.
Even with the airship, it's gonna take several days.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know that we have that. I don't know that we should spare that kind of time, to be perfectly honest.
It's not like the Oracle's going anywhere.
True, but these giants that we're collecting items for are causing absolute and utter chaos. I don't know.
But side quests.
True, but
And
main,
we
main
did tell him.
quest.
We did tell him that we would go kill his dad for him.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
And plus, that may or may not be on the way back to the place anyway. Since we don't know where it is, I think if I remember right, it was up north somewhere. That's kind of all we knew, if even that.
Yeah, so this is right around 5,000 miles.
Sticker? I had to go all the way to the post office with that stupid sticker.
Oh wait, are these 25? They're 25 miles, or did I make these 50? I don't remember now. 2,500 miles.
And we only have one more stop to make before we go turn all this stuff in.
Yeah, and that's about 140 miles north of you, or northwest, give or take.
I vote that we finish up main quest, or at least this segment of it, and hope we get lucky in our departure in the next round of not main quest. Because, I mean, Waterdeep is an awful long way from here.
It was probably destroyed by giants anyway after we, left when that giant castle was floating above it. Last time we were there.
That seems legit. Yeah.
So I guess we can wait. Let the cartographers go back to it.
See what's left. I mean, what?
Yeah. I at the chance of actually seeing the remains of something we couldn't have stopped, I move that's too much of a waste of time. Valiant thing to do on our end, but I mean, it's just a long way. I say we go north.
Yeah, you guys have
to
been
our
traveling a lot. Like this whole thing has been several months.
final-
What to
Yeah.
say, baby?
Like you started kind of beginning of summer, beginning of spring, and it's already late summer at this point.
Right? Let's get out of these mountains before winter actually hits, please.
Hi. I like the cold.
Listen, my friend.
Because you're fuzzy and it doesn't affect you at all.
Just because I have a really big beard doesn't mean I'm immune to the cold like you are, so yeah.
All right. So what's the
To
plan,
Raven
Stan?
Rock. I move we go to Raven's Rock.
All right. Yeah, so going to Ravens Rock. Let's go ahead and close that out. We don't.
Yeah, I
need
do
that
want to kill
anymore.
that dad eventually.
Oh yeah, to get revenge on or dude.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and move you guys back to the ship. I don't know why you're so small, but whatever. I don't care. Anyway, so you guys are as you travel up and through. I didn't put Amandrea on the. She's the right size. That's weird. So anyway, as basically it's going to take a couple of days to get up there to the last location. Not too long, not too short. It's about 140-ish miles, give or take. So it will definitely take a few days. Oops, what did you do? Yeah, it's gonna take about a day, actually. I'm sorry. I was wrong. So you guys are gonna be able to spend the night and go ahead and take a long rest. So everybody takes a long rest and goes about their way. And as you start making your way northwest towards Raven Rock, as the early morning sun rises, there's a few folks. Ellen! We have another peeping Tom! A lot of the crew seem to be awake, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle, it seems, from the entire crew compared to other times. This is the first time that you've pretty much seen almost everybody completely up, and every single one of them. Whoops, that's the ballista. We don't want to move that. And every single one of them are kind of looking off into kind of the west a little bit as the sun rises in that direction.
What up, fellas? What's the hurry?
Oh no, there's no hurry. We're looking at the veil to see if perhaps we'll catch a glimpse of His Highness.
His Highness? Who's His Highness?
And they kind of look at you as like the benefactor of this ship, the ones that sent us here to assist you.
Oh, lordy. Oh lordy. My apologies for being the fool here. I should have known better.
And as you can kind of look across where in the general direction of where they're looking, it's in this area basically called the Clothern Vale. Is kind of the direction they're looking. And they're all straining their eyes to kind of look in this area. So as near as that you can figure out is that must be the location of where Cloth, the dragon that sent these guys in this airship to you, lives. And the place that you were supposed to visit after your mission is complete. For a reward.
Third page of notes. So many notes.
What color is he again? The dragon?
White dragon.
No, red.
Oh, my apologies. Whoopsie.
The same color as the big red balloon.
And how do dragons work again?
They eat and kill and stuff, generally.
Color-wise?
Red ones are bad. Generally speaking, red ones are bad.
Well, after all this is said and done, I'd be honored to be eaten by him.
Oh yeah, giggity giggity. What?
All right. So, as the sun rises throughout the day, they kind of keep looking, but their hopeful gazes eventually kind of get to a little bit of disappointment, and slowly but surely they kind of go back to their respective locations and go about their normal day-to-day business and chores as crew members. As you start getting closer to your location, you see kind of off in the distance a very large...
Ellen! We have another peeping Tom!
And similar in shape and stature of a lot of these places that you've seen before. You can see these extremely tall, 50-foot tall menhirs, and just all over the place. And as you approach it, it looks extremely similar to the ones that you've seen before, with menhirs in a couple of locations, plus a large statue right there in the middle. And yeah, it's since you're a little bit higher up in the mountains, it's gotten decidedly chillier as well. And this location is definitely covered in a dusting of snow. As you get a little bit or a lot closer to it, the spine of the world, the mountains of the spine of the world, really kind of just dwarf this location. But right in the middle of this location, the statue itself looks to be a giant perched raven, and on top of these various plateaus. And yeah, that's what it looks like.
Speaking of ravens, Sar's still on the ship, or did he decide to head out?
Nah, yeah, he is. I didn't put him back. I need to. Yeah, like I said, a lot of stuff got moved or whatever, and let me add you to this, and then I'll put them on the map here. While I'm doing that, what are y'all up to as you get closer?
I want down. Let's explore. Set the dwarf to digging as usual.
Should we go to the middle of the wolf, or should we go to that giant raven statue first?
Go to the giant raven statue first.
Yeah.
All right,
I would
so.
suspect-
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I would suspect there's something buried pretty directly under the beak of said raven. I would suspect at least. But what do I know?
Okay. Okay. So where are you landing? Or not landing, but where do you want to disembark?
Right there?
Let's just land closer.
All right.
All
I
right.
say
Yeah,
between
that's
the
where I
raven
was
and the
gonna
wolf,
land.
but
What was that? Say that again.
I would say in between the raven and that wolf, but it don't matter.
Over on that
I'm
side.
a big bugbear. I don't want to walk
Yep.
a lot.
All right, cool. They don't want to. I don't want to walk. Lulz. All right, so as you guys climb down, that's funny to me. I don't know why that's funny to me, but that is funny to me. All right. So there's Gregic. There's the Skamos. There's the Morgren.
Woo!
There's the Amandrea. And
Great.
last but not least is the slow turtle guy. Actually, where are you? There you are.
Aha. I want to bring Tiny with me as well.
Okay. Tiny comes down, perched on your shoulder as you move down the ladder, and you guys kind of settle. Now, as you guys get to the ground, this raven statue is a good 100 feet tall. It is towering above you. And directly kind of in front of, in a pile, there is a bunch of other ravens that look to be picking at carcasses and just leftover. Perhaps they were offerings of some kind, but it definitely looks like food was left here and the birds are kind of just picking through it.
Get him, Tiny, get him! As I point at the birds over there in hopes the cat would like just kind of chase after him.
He sits on the ground and does that thing where never really dealt with snow before, and so he's keeps lifting his paws up and looking at them and not quite understanding what this crunchy white stuff is underneath his feet. And he quickly flaps his wing and flies back up on and lands on your shoulder.
I give him some scritches as he lands. Oh, you poor dude.
I cast Speak with Animals, and I ask the crows if they want to see my cube.
No time. No time. Eat. No time. Eat. 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 Yep. Eat. 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 Eat.
You sure?
Eat. Mm-hmm.
My cube
Eat.
may or may not be shiny. I'm not 100% sure what it's made out of.
Eat. Eat. Mm.
Want
Eat.
some jerky? I have some jerky I can give you.
Eat.
I would like to search the ground for a rock.
I mean, there's just like kind of snow everywhere.
I pack a snowball, small one, just like wing it over to the pile of crows. Kind of
Alright.
just like sidearming it, really.
So when you toss the snowball in there, they kind of quickly scatter and kind of fly off and land up in the and they're all squawking kind of angrily and stuff like that, and essentially what you're hearing or sensing and based by their body language, Skamos, is that they're basically like, run away, run away. But after a while, they kind of look around and a couple start kind of hopping down and kind of, they're staying away from you since you're kind of moving up there, but they're trying to get to whatever little morsels of food that they can get to without getting too close to you.
I want to pull out my shovel and just kind of like trying to find like a good spot to dig. I want to see if my suspicion is right and if there's something under the beak.
All right. So your shovel essentially is hitting extremely frozen dirt. This is not going to be easy. This is going to be very, very difficult to get through.
Then I take that back. I'm not going to necessarily dig for the moment. I'd like to inspect the giant statue. Is there maybe a weak spot, a crack, a switch maybe?
Not that you can see. It's just an extremely large stone statue.
Huh. Hold on, I'm curious.
If I firebolt the ground, will it help him out?
I mean, possibly.
All right.
I mean,
I'll
you're talking.
firebolt the
You're
ground a couple
talking.
of times.
You're talking a place that's right next to the spine of the world, which pretty much never thaws out. So,
Fair
I mean,
enough.
it may help.
All right, then instead of doing that, I'm gonna take out a day's worth of rations and try and coax the crows into coming towards me and eating and getting squishes.
Okay.
Kind of back up a little bit so that the crows can have their spot back.
So they just keep repeating "eat" over and over again, and they peck at the various little crumbs of hardpack, and essentially just hanging out. They don't get too close, but they're not necessarily like flying away at your slightest movements or anything.
What are the big mounds, like the crows facing towards that one there?
Those are 50-foot tall stone mahirs. Just each direction, north, south, east, and west.
Can I use my disguise kit to make myself look like a crow? So then they might think
you can
that I'm a crow?
You can attempt to do so if you want to. Go ahead and give me a disguise check if you really want to.
Would that be a deception check?
Yes. Since that's a tool, using your disguise kit with a deception check with proficiency. Yep, okay. So you do your best to kind of try to make yourself look like a crow, which kind of involved you picking up some loose feathers around the ground and kind of attaching them to yourself and kind of makeshifting yourself a beak. It looks kind of ridiculous, but maybe the birds will fall for it.
I throw out another day's rations in front of me and say, "Eat, eat." Just kind of start pecking the ground.
They, for whatever reason, now they're staying even farther away from you than they were before. They've kind of given you a much wider berth than what they were doing previously.
Is it something I said?
I want to pull out the hammer that I have and start tapping at this statue. I want to see if I can make a chip someplace or maybe find a weak spot in the rock. Just kind of probing at this thing, really.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Skills. Oh, that ain't bad.
All right. So you go around and you tap at it with your hammer. None of it sounds particularly weak. This seems like this thing was carved out of a single piece of stone and has been sitting here for a very, very, very long time. And probably will be continue to sit here for a very long time.
Damn. All right, cool.
Can I sense anything magical about it?
I mean, nothing inherently. There's no symbols or anything that depict any kind of magic at all. You can hazard a guess, though, that this was probably worshipped in some way, shape, or form.
Quick question. And what are these things here? Just out of curiosity.
Just more. So, yeah, the whole thing is basically various standing structures that basically they're like two sticks with another stick holding on top of it. Almost like a tanning frame without anything actually on it.
Do I know of any raven gods, crow gods, or whatever that I could guess on what it was that was being worshipped?
Well, with the how most of the barbarians were in this area, it was probably just another animal totem that was worshipped. What's interesting here that you make note of is that there seems to be two in this area. You have the raven here, and to the south, you remember that the depression there is shaped oddly like a wolf. All the other places where there was an altar, like the one that you saw there, there was only one animal at the site. This place seems to have two.
I'm gonna do a crow-like dance or something while I'm dressed as a crow and try and worship the giant crow statue and see if anything good comes from it, and throw another day's worth of rations on the ground in front of me as an offering to the crow.
Get wrecked, Scamos.
All right, what were you doing again? Sorry.
Crow dance.
You're doing a crow dance still? A crow dance?
Yes.
Plus more rations.
Like crow dance, throwing rations down on the ground, kind of worshiping the totem, doing a little interpretive crow dance or something, trying to...
All right. I mean, so essentially they just kind of look at you, that you are pretty much just crazy. But they're gladly taking the food that you're providing to them. Above you, by the way, you guys start noticing that while there's smaller ravens on the ground, flying above this place, there looks to be quite a few much larger giant ravens flying around as well.
Right. How close would you say these ravens are?
They're up in the air. You're talking a couple 100 feet in the air.
Okay. Totally legit. I want to make my way down to this wolf impression down here. See if I can't find something of any value or interest.
All right, as you're moving down that way, what's everybody else doing?
So does this raven statue look like it accepts offerings or something?
It looks like offerings were put at the base of it.
Like
essentially,
food,
it's just
or are there other objects?
Well, so from what you can tell, it looks to be like some old carcasses. There's some like essentially skins that are left over, some moldy ears of corn, stuff like that. So yeah, it looks to be all food items essentially.
And as I'm walking around, I'm kind of just keeping an eye on Tiny to see if he seems twitchy at all about something. If he sees something or anything like that.
Okay.
The stone structures near the statue, just investigate them, look around, see if there's anything on those.
Other than the fact that they seem to be placed pretty much perfectly north, south, east, and west of the statue. There's not a lot of there's no symbols or anything really carved into them. It looks like they were roughly hewn into this shape and placed here.
The bird we have on board's a raven too, right?
It is.
I'm gonna climb back up on board while they're investigating that down there and ask him if he knows anything about this place, since I still have to speak the animals up, I'm assuming. Unless it took an hour-long interpretive dance.
Yes, yeah. So essentially, what he tells you is that he knows this place, and the Raven clan would not be happy to know you were here.
Ooh. I can dig it.
Fun.
And how do we find this Raven clan? I mean,
They'll find us, I'm sure.
right? Fair. I end up moving over to this little middle section here. Is there anything interesting about this? The smoosh here in the middle of this wolf?
So it's a very similar stone block altar that pretty much the same exact type of altar that you've seen in all the other sites that you visited thus far.
Oh, lordy. And we're right in the middle of some permafrost too, and we gotta get underneath this thing? Oh, good lordy. This one seems awfully smaller. I kind of look over and shout, Gregik, come over and help us. I think we gotta move a big old rock.
They call me Muscles.
Yeah. You need your muscles.
They call me Muscles.
So this big old rock piece seems familiar. Like, is it roughly the same size as all those other massive pieces?
About the same, yeah.
Ugh. We're gonna have to kind of like we can't honey badger ourselves underneath this one as readily. There's some permafrost.
Just because it's not readily doesn't mean we can't do it. Alright?
Oh,
It takes a
that's
little more
legit.
time.
That's legit. I'm gonna start digging and see if I can't loosen anything up.
All right, yeah. So you can go ahead and start digging. It will take probably quite some time. Again, you can dig through it. It's very hard. So because it's very frozen, it's just going to be very slow going, especially by yourself.
So a thought I just had, maybe we erupting Earth this one. Maybe we just use that as a ground shatter. See if we can't use that to loosen up the dirt a little bit.
I mean, it'll loosen up, but it's only going to be like the upper layer.
Aw.
So it'll help a little bit, but it's not going to make any real significant leeway for you.
Well, darn.
Let's dig.
If I use heat metal on the shovel head, would that help him out?
Yeah, that
with
would actually.
digging?
Yes. How long does heat metal last?
Let me check.
Do that. If I rolled a critical on the
Concentration up to a minute.
Okay. So yeah, you could definitely cast that and assist as far as like.
How many times can you cast that?
3, because it's level 2. Well, I could cast it more, I guess, but I'm not going to use my 3rd level spell slots for it.
Fair.
So you can add a couple of minutes to it. Okay. Is anybody else helping dig or whatever, or is it just going to be?
I mean, I don't have a shovel unless Amandrea wants to give me her shovel.
I mean, Amandrea can definitely give you the shovel if that's what you want.
Take the shovel and start digging.
Since Amandrea's not here, I say she gives you the shovel. All right, so as you guys start digging, you're able to make it a lot faster, and Amandrea even starts helping by kind of moving a lot of the bigger rocks and stuff that you guys uncover out of the way. So with the three of you working together, it takes about 3 hours before you uncover enough underneath this thing to really kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with. And as you start digging under, you notice there is a 14-foot long bone underneath this altar. The one end of it is wrapped in some old and decaying leather, but it looks like just a 14-foot long bone. Pretty thick too, so it probably be pretty, like a lot of things that you guys have dealt with. It's probably pretty heavy.
Now, when you say bone, are we talking like a leg bone where it's bigger at an end, and we can use that as a choke point, or are we talking like a rib bone or something?
It looks like a leg bone of some sort, a very large leg bone.
I say that we tie a rope around the one end and use that as the choke, and see if we can't pull it out from where we're at.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to kind of get the rope around it, get it tied off, and you guys work together, and with all 5 of you working together, you're able to dislodge this thing. And yeah, once you get it completely out from underneath it and get a good look at it, other than the fact that it's kind of, it's smeared with the mud and with the melted slush and muddy stuff that has happened because of the hot shovel. And so this thing's about it's like a 14-foot long bone, and one end is completely wrapped in leather, and it almost looks like intentionally wrapped in leather, like it was made to be a handle of some sort.
Someone was using a bone club. Nice.
It's a femur.
Ooh. If only I was big enough to wield such a large stick.
Imagine the reach you'd get with that bad boy.
Seriously, that'd be awesome. Be like 30 feet, just swing, cleaving a whole zone. I'm exaggerating. I don't even know how. Yeah, no, it's only 14 foot long. To the ship. I say we tie this up and manage it up to the ship somehow. Maybe have them throw a... Actually, no. I'm gonna shut up now. I have no idea.
Can't we just shove it in the bag of holding?
Is 14 foot long going to fit in there?
That might be a little long for it. That sounds terrible. Good God. There was no easy way for me to say that, so I'm gonna let it ride. I'm
trying.
That's what happens when you play with a bunch of 12-year-old old men. Anyway,
I figured since it was, wide enough that it fit in there, it could just go all the way through.
All right.
I'll refute that.
Anyway,
I say we throw our bugbear a bone, lash this thing to him, and we all just climb up the ladder like usual.
so a lot of this stuff, it's easy. I mean, there's pulley systems and stuff that are actually built into the thing. So just like the giant shield and everything else, you can work with the crew to get it up to the ship, no problem.
Do that, bad boy. Let's do it.
All right.
Excellent.
Yeah. So who do you want me to drop this on? Just for purposes of just keeping track of it.
I'll take
do we
it.
have to drop it on someone? Can we just drop it on the boat?
Well, I'm just saying, just to have it in somebody's inventory.
Give it to Morgraine just to have it. I have so many of these items already.
All right.
Works for me.
There you go.
And what are we calling this thing? Oh, a large thigh
It's
bone.
a large thigh bone.
Excellent.
That's what it is.
I just don't necessarily want accounting for my weight.
Yeah, as long as you have it not carried. It shouldn't affect your weight at all.
Perfect.
All right.
To the pile of magic items we've been collecting, just kind of honking it in there.
Putting it into the hold with the rest of everything else in the front hull of the ship.
Yep.
All right.
That's everything, right?
Should be. Unless you guys want to like explore this place again, but I mean,
Are we sure that there's not anything at this other statue? If this is like two, worship sites in one.
that's kind of what I'm thinking that's kind of what I'm thinking. We should come back and re-explore this place. Most times we encounter something
Don't we just
that either
dig it?
kills us or tells us to F off. So
Yeah, we should just go over to the other statue and start digging.
alrighty. I'm gonna leave Tiny on the ship this time as well. As we come back down to dig back at this Raven statue.
All right. So you guys moving back up to the Raven statue.
David, we need to look at the statue closer.
We already did.
Well, it's 100 feet tall. Can't look at it that close.
I can.
I'm gonna start digging.
So- All right. Were you digging in the front of it?
Yeah, just right in the front, right underneath the beak, wherever, right underneath the food where it would have lay.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so directly in front, kind of underneath the beak, where the majority of the offerings were laid.
Yep.
Correct? Okay, so yeah, you start digging there, and while you're doing that, Amandrea sprouts her wings and does a quick fly around the place. It kind of takes a look to see if there's anything there, and she doesn't really see much as she kind of comes back down. It just looks like a statue carved completely out of the stone.
To help them dig.
All right, so now we have two folks digging. All right, cool. So as you guys start digging, it took you about 3 hours to do the first one, so that took you up to the afternoon. After a quick, after a little bit of talking and then eating lunch, which we'll go ahead. You guys don't really need a short rest, so never mind. You start working on this next hole, and as you start digging here, again, it's the same kind of issue. It's still slow going to you guys in the chat stop that. Anyway, anyway, so as you start digging down, you're able to start making some leeway, but after about 2 hours, you start to kind of uncover a something in the snowy earth.
Ooh. Uncovering the things you said. Yay.
Yeah, so it's it kind of looks to be a circular oh, 2100. Yay. It looks to be a circular object, kind of like a ring, but for a very large finger. It's a little too big to be a bracelet, but it's definitely
Can I wear it on my head?
Can you wear it on your head? No, it's a little. It looks to be a ring or a finger, is what I'm saying, but it's a very large finger.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
Wait.
So the ring itself is it's made of it looks to be gold, but it seems to be tinted like a red color.
Ooh. I think we just found a magic item. Winning. Now,
And
saying-
as you kind of uncover more of it, you notice that it wasn't necessarily red, but it's actually made of what looks like just a hardened magma. Essentially, this is straight up like obsidian stone with a slightly dark red tinge to the whole thing.
I love red obsidian, of my favorite things. I want to hurry up and kind of like clear the way around. I want this ring in my hands. It's so pretty.
Can I propose to hashtag with it?
No, I want to propose the hashtag with it.
I want to wear it as a hat.
Oh, okay. Okay. I offer the ring to Huss. I would like to see this as a hat, please.
I want to roll down the hill inside it.
It's not that big. I mean, you're talking. It's about it's about 5 or 6 inches around. And
so it's just big enough to fit atop the turtle's head, then.
I mean, maybe just a little bit on top of his head. It's not quite big enough to be a full hat, but it could be like I don't know. It wouldn't even make a good headband. It's too rigid for that.
Aw.
Let's get that bad boy on the ship.
I wear it as like a guard.
All right, so let's give that to, since Huss is wearing it on his head, I'm gonna give that to him.
I'm glad we came back.
All right.
I moved that before we leave because this seems way too uneventful. Skamos, could you like just booming voice something? Like before we leave, see if we can't like rustle up some kind of trouble around here.
I don't think I
Might
want
cause
to.
an avalanche in a snowy area.
Fair. All right, tally ho and what? Let's get out of here before I have any more bad ideas.
Plus, Mr. Crow Friend said that the people wouldn't want us here.
Well,
So-
that's kind of the point. I want to meet the friends he was talking about. Me and my ex want to meet the friends he was talking about.
I mean, I'd rather get through this with as little bloodshed as possible. They aren't hurting us right now.
All right, fine. Let's get out of here.
And we don't know what's waiting for us when we take stuff back.
True.
And there could be a red dragon there.
True. All right. Let's climb up this ladder and get back on the ship then. With
All right.
Huss's new hat.
So yeah, with Huss's new hat. So you guys are able to get it up on the ship pretty easy, along with the bone. So the bone and ring make its way up there. You guys get it secured into the hold, and yeah, that's you're done with that piece of it. So what's the plan now, gentlemen and lady? Says your crew member.
She would.
So all of the items are relics, right?
That's all the locations. You visited every single one of the locations.
I'd say we head back to Harshnag.
So where do we got here? Hold on. I'm missing somebody.
I moved that on our way back up
Huss is
to.
still on the bottom, or on the
Oh,
map.
Huss. There you go.
And so is Tiny. Well, not anymore. Tiny's there, gone.
That's
I
what I
moved
missed.
that on our way back. Maybe we hit Morrobar as a restocking trip, because I'm sure that we're resource light at this point. I'm sure that Harshnag might be happy to have some nice treat, food stuff after being stuck in this cave for however long.
He's been hunting, dude.
I'm
You
sure
think
he
he
has
Said
it.
he was going to take care of.
All right. Screw it.
And
then.
don't
We can
forget,
find if we want.
you guys have had plenty of food and water from taking them from the ship stores. So you haven't had to use any of your own.
Oh, okay. Let's just beeline to the end of this. Let's go back to You Are Here.
Back to the eye.
Yep.
All right. So from Raven Rock to the eye is going to take just over a day, so you'll probably get there right around evening time the next day. So you guys start your travel, and you start moving your way directly across the spine of the world towards the Eye of the Allfather. After your first day, again, getting cold again. It's definitely people have been bundled up to kind of make this trip as they fly over all this icy area.
We have another peeping Tom!
And so the majority of your day goes off without a single hitch, problem, issue, or anything like that. As the sun begins to set the next day, you kind of make your way through the valley, and you find yourselves back at the Eye of the Allfather here. So you arrive, and by the way, since you guys had time, what were you doing on the trip? Anything in particular?
I was making sure that we were going towards the Eye of the Allfather.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
Me and Amastrea were drinking and arguing over either which was better, the wine or the ale. 'Cause I'm sure
that makes perfect sense, actually.
I'm pretty sure Skamos and I were scritching the cat and the dog.
That's also probably a thing that would definitely happen. All right, because let's make sure all the horses are where they're supposed to be, because they got removed from here. Your horses are still there. They didn't go away.
Bojangles.
I would like... even if I have to strap Puppy Dog to me, I would like to bring both the pets with us.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. So they, because you're dealing with a lot of heavy items and stuff like that, you basically go in and they land. They essentially put the skid down on the edge in order to kind of unload everything. They stabilize it. They kind of anchor it to the ground really well, so you guys can unload everything fairly easy. As you're starting to pull things off, Harshnag comes out to greet you, and as he sees kind of these items coming off, he said, "It looks like you were successful then."
Yeah, we picked up one or two trinkets.
I see. I was beginning to wonder whether or not you had survived. You've been gone for quite some time.
Well, we had to get as many as we could.
I see.
I start giving Puppy Dog some scritches a little bit.
All right.
Who's a good boy?
And if you want, you can help us unload this stuff, Harshnag.
Yeah, so he helps with some of the larger items, like the bone and the shield and some of those heavier items, to kind of give you guys a little bit of a break. After a bit of time, a couple of hours, right when it's completely dark, you get the last of the items inside the main center area.
Good.
And there's actually, you can tell Harshnag's kind of made himself kind of at home here. There's, in the main hall over here to the south, he has definitely been, he's caught a couple of wild animals and had been cooking them and eating them off of the large fire that constantly burns in the center here. The trees have kind of seemed to set up as well. He seems to have brought in some dirt from somewhere to at least give them a little bit of something to kind of sink their roots into as well. He's kind of made himself at home in this place. And he's like, please, you could ask no other things of the Oracle today. I have already exhausted its power. So rest up, eat, I have food available, and we will talk of your adventures, and I will tell you what I have discovered.
Ooh,
For me.
heck yeah!
Alright.
I lead the puppy dog and the Tristram over to the room with the fire and get cozy.
Alright, yeah, so essentially this whole center area kind of became a staging area. There's food for the horses here, and everything like that. It's been set up to be a place of as close to creature comforts as he could make based upon it. He's kept that, and the other thing that you notice is that all the torches in this place were lit, and they all seem to be glowing with kind of a bluish fire.
We're gonna have to
Interesting,
call this place Harshnag's Hold. New place.
right? This is fancy.
So you guys, y'all get set up into the area and kind of get settled in and drink
Is
your
that
wine and things like that.
Is that creature's corpse still in here, or has that been removed?
That's been removed. That was one of the first things that Harshnag did, was get rid of that, because if he was going to be holed up here for a while, he didn't want to smell it as it rotted.
Right. It's totally legit.
He totally just threw it down the mountain. He just
Just
walked up,
winged
he
it.
just pulled it to the edge and then just tossed it down to wherever it went after he threw it down the mountain. He doesn't know, nor does he really care.
Fair. I mean, I think it was obnoxious.
You know, I'm the one that got swallowed by it.
That's true. You were the one
Hide underneath-
swallowed by it.
I mean,
You're hiding underneath the table.
hey, I wasn't hiding. It was a tactical retreat, and I was still doing damage. Thank you.
Tactical retreat. I love it. So basically, Harshnag has been spending the past couple of weeks, 10 days, sorry, not weeks, but the past few 10 days, pretty much you've been gone for just shy of a month. And during this time, he's been asking whatever questions that he can think of. And essentially what he has come to understand is that King Hekaton has been taken somewhere. Nobody knows where he is. King Hekaton is the leader of all the Storm Giants. Essentially the head of the Ordning. The highest giants in all the land. The Allfather did indeed break the Ordning, and because he was upset with the giants' complacency based upon what was happening with the dragons earlier, not that long ago, a couple of years ago. He's quite upset with their complacency and has basically broke the Ordning to teach them a lesson. The breaking of the Ordning, on top of King Hekaton being gone, is what has caused all this chaos. Essentially, this chaos are all the giants trying to vie for that top spot, and without King Hekaton really there to kind of keep the other giants in line, the other giant leaders in line, things have gotten completely out of hand. In his absence, it seems that his heir apparent, Sarissa, is essentially trying to rule in his stead, but because of the uproar in the court with him missing, she's having a very difficult time keeping the court in order, let alone trying to keep all the other giants in line as well.
Ooh. So we should probably make some kind of haste with the things that we're doing here. So
Indeed, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait to the first thing in the morning when the oracle refreshes.
indeed.
Did you ask the Oracle if his daughter was single?
It was not my concern, so no, I did not. And
Well, I know
do
what
not
question I'm
ask that
asking
question tomorrow. He looks sternly at you when he says this. That is not a question you will ask tomorrow.
Fine, I'll just find out where I can find the enlarging potion.
Oh Lord.
So the rest of your crew are perfectly comfortable on the ship. So they go to a floating location, and they await for your next order based upon where you guys decide to go next. Again, they are at your beck and call. They were commanded to be there by their lord, and they're going to do what they're told.
Yeah, no.
I think maybe one of the questions we should ask tomorrow is about the Lord that sent them. Just to see.
I agree. I don't trust them.
We should never trust a red dragon, but if he asks us to do a job, yes, sir. But yeah, totally ask about the red dragon. Never to be trusted. Oh lordy. So, at this point, I snuggle up with the Mastiff and the Tristram, and kind of just get ready for sleep.
Okay. What's everybody else doing while that's all happening? And again, so Biggie's in good shape. Toothless is in good shape. All the horses are really well taken care of. So it looks like Harshnag had no problem doing all of those things to keep everybody up and alive while you guys were gone.
I'm gonna jump up on the table.
I mean, I'm just going to take a nap.
I'll just talk with Biggie and Toothpock for a bit.
I'm gonna climb up in
Another
Toothpock and
big-
take a nap.
I forgot we named him Toothpock.
Yep. So, and just to go through the rest of the stuff here that he also found out, he essentially also discovered that his other two daughters, so Sarissa's the one in charge, but the whole reason he is missing to begin with is that he was misled by his eldest two daughters.
Ruh-roh.
So he was misled by his eldest daughters, Marion and Nim, who want the throne. Even though Sarissa is the one getting the throne, those two want the throne. And that's what he knows.
Oh Lord. We're right in the middle of a giant family feud. Wait.
Essentially, yes.
A giant family feud. I just found that funny in my head. Sorry.
You can't say that on TV.
Oh, good night. So yeah, the rest of the evening goes without a hitch. And the next morning you guys wake up bright and early after a long rest and are fully rested and are good to go.
What are the artifacts good for again? It was locating the leaders, right?
The Oracle required you to get those in order to tell you where to get the conches.
Oh. And then those conches are for what again?
To teleport to the Maelstrom where the Storm Giants are.
That's right. Ooh, the Maelstrom. Let's go, baby. That's in the water.
Right, it's the Giants' capital city. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
So the same thing happens that the regular opening. He picks up the great axe from the giant. Harshnag picks up the great axe from the giant, puts it on the ice rune, and says the word ice, and the portal springs to life, and the great axe again appears back in the arms of the statue. And he assists you guys bringing all the stuff into the chamber of the Oracle. And as he brings everything in, all right, so after everything gets brought in, again, the lanterns, the statues holding the lanterns in a circle, the 6 lanterns, all are lit, and nothing's changed. It looks the exact same as it always does.
Well, alrighty. I step into the Oracle. Oracle, we've brought you a pile of items in relevance to those conches, like you asked. What's our next step? Would be the question I want an answer to, I guess.
One of the lanterns winks out, and a booming voice in Giant says, "Bring them forward."
All right. I start moving and pulling on some of the items to get him into the circle itself.
All right. So, what are you pulling in first?
Actually, let me go to my inventory. We'll start at the top of the list.
Taking notes here too.
The Electrium Torque. I have no idea what that.
So as you bring that in, you slide it into it. Guh, leader of the Hill Giants.
Torque. And you said
What was that you put in there?
The Electrum, the one from Grandfather Tree, the Electrum Torque. It looks like a torque, but really it was a nose ring for a giant. But we don't talk about that.
Oh, my pen's not working.
And what race of giants was Guh? I missed that part.
It didn't tell you.
Hill Giant.
Oh, okay.
It didn't tell you. It just said the name Guh.
We know that, right?
Yes, you guys do know that. You've heard that name many times.
That's the Hill Giant leader, the one that we were going to kill. That one, or we were
the one that you killed the other female giant. Took her because Guh took her husband from her, and she was very upset about it. And she's sending. She was the one that sent all the giants to Golden Fields too. Remember?
So that only makes us kind of horrible people. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, fair. I would like to drag the gong in next.
Okay. So as you bring in the next one and get it all set up here, yeah, there it is. As you bring that in, Storvald.
That's the gong. Where did we find the gong at?
Great Worm Cavern. That was the first place you guys went.
That's right. That caused those things to come out.
Yep.
And you said Stormval?
Storvald. Yes. Storvald.
Alrighty. The next thing I present is the Mithril Spear Tip.
Do we know who Storvald is the leader of?
You guys have. I don't know if you guys have heard that name yet. I don't think you have.
I don't think so either.
the mithril spear tip, as you bring it in and put it there, Sansuri. And as these names are said, it almost looks like they kind of glow with their own light a little bit as each one of these names are said.
I'm not gonna need to know where we picked up each of these items, right? So I can stop jotting that.
I don't know, but it's something that you might be able to easily remember later if you need to. You might not need to write it down.
All right, where do we get the mithril spear tip? I'll just write it down.
Flint Rock.
Flint Rock.
Unless you plan on putting all this stuff back.
It's getting left in a pile right here. So that's all the. I have the tooth still as well. Whoopsie. I present the tooth as well, the golden one.
Okay. As you place the gold-plated tooth to the ground, Zalto.
Zaltone?
Yeah, Zalto.
Zalto.
And we got the golden tooth at
Morgar's Mound.
Morgar's Mound.
And that should do it for the items that I'm holding. Does anybody else have anything?
I think Amandrea has the majority of it. Because she had most of it in her bag of holding there. So as everything kind of gets slowly put in there, let's see, do we have...
Beat it, or I'll call the brute squad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna... We'll just do it this way. So when the horn is put down, the cracked horn that you got from Bjorn as well, Kaalithica.
Oh boy. Kaalithica.
And where is that from? We're all taking notes. Yay.
It was from, you said it already once, right?
What's
What
that?
was it? Again?
I'm sorry, one more time. The cracked horn? That
Yeah,
was
where'd
from
you get
Bjorn as well.
Bjorners.
Yep. And then your magic boulder, which if you guys remember, that's the one that was huge, and then you could figure out that you could shrink it down to about 25 pounds sphere.
Wow.
That one also is Kaalithica. For the ring that you just picked up is Zalto. So it seems like a lot of these are multiples. The Great Club is Ga.
Go so fast.
It's basically you got the base Kaalithica, Sansuri, Ga, Storvald, and Zalto. Those are the names that you get.
So I dare say that our next. Hold on, where am I? Okay,
We're not
perfect.
done yet, though, right? Because we still have the giant bone.
Bone Club?
The Bone Great Club was Ga.
Oh, was
So,
that the Great Club?
Yep.
Yep.
So both the nose ring and the Great Club are tied to Ga.
Wait, okay. So is that all the items then?
Yeah, after you... So the skull was Storvald, the porcelain mask was Sansuri. So essentially, each one of these items... Two of the items each went to one of these lords.
The mask. That's the one.
Yeah,
You said the mask was
the mask is
Sansuri.
Sansuri. Yeah.
Huh. And there was only one Storvald then?
Two. The shield and the frost giant skull.
I missed a lot of these somehow.
All right. Well, that was a lot of notes for one night. Good
Yeah.
job, everybody. Good work.
So
I never
yeah,
thought I would be taking notes like this for a video game again. Or wait, board game. That's right. It's
Yeah.
not a video game.
so the you still have 5 lanterns available to you. If you have any
Oh, we have
questions.
one already.
Yeah, you used one, so you have there's 5 left.
So I guess we're asking the locations of each of these individuals, or at least the method from which we could use to find them readily enough. Actually, couldn't we use Skamos' rod? Actually, no, that thing needs to be within range of them. I guess we gotta ask the individual locations, unless you guys have a better idea.
Yeah, I think that's all we can do.
Can we ask one question about where the location of all 5 are?
Sounds like a plan to me.
We'll try to lump together like that. I have another question, Oracle. Where can we find all of these giants that you just made mention of?
Since you have done a great service to the giants, I will answer you. The hill giant, Guh, is located in her stronghold.
What's the name
It
of the
is
stronghold?
known. I'm getting there. Hold on.
Sorry, I thought the Discord cut out on me.
No, See, now you just made me. You made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
My train does not go in a straight line. It goes back and forth sometimes, and it gets confused, and then it falls down. Anyway,
And we've lost him.
she is in her stronghold of. Why is this not showing up?
Bad. I wanted to ask what's your stronghold's name again?
That's like I'm trying to find it and it's not showing up, and that's what's annoying me right now. There we go. A branch of the Desserin River in the hills northeast of Golden Fields.
My goodness.
The Decidin River?
Desarian. Desarian River. It is known as Grudhaug. Let me know when you got it, and then we'll...
It's all you now, Morgan. That's a lot of writing.
This is not my fault, okay? If it were up to me, we'd be out killing things, okay? Not studying a game. Most notes I've taken since Warcraft, I'll have you know. Which, I don't know
Most
what
notes I've ever taken. That's why I failed, college.
Oh no.
Right. Let's see. Gonna have the big map open.
Are you guys good?
Yep, I'm good on
All
that
right.
one.
Calithica is found in Deadstone Cleft, deep in the Grey Peak Mountains.
What's the name of that place?
Bleh. I just closed it out too, right after I did it.
Peak Mountain.
Yeah. Oh, Grey Peak Mountains.
What was what
Deadstone
was the
Cleft.
Thank you. Alrighty.
Sardvarg is where one would find Storvald.
Pronounce that again, please.
Svardborg. Svardborg. Svardborg.
B-O-R-G. What?
Yep. Svardborg.
Fabulous.
Yes. In the icy north. And that was that one.
Said he's the same place where we could find Storvald or whatever his name is, right?
Yeah. Storvald. That's where Storvald is. And then the next is Zaltal can be found in Iron Slag, north of the Silver Marches, deep in the
Slag?
mountains. Iron Slag, yeah.
I'm sorry. I am trying to get better about interrupting people.
It's the largest. It's a very large forge. Countess Sansiri can be found in her floating castle.
Floating castle. That one's gonna be a little bit difficult. Wait. You've come across floating castles before. Oof.
They've come across to us.
Yeah, crap.
They came across us.
Well, guys. I if I haven't said this before, I'm gonna say it now. I think we're screwed. Just put that out there.
Let's hope you take good notes.
This, I dare say, has been the best note-keeping day I've had in a while. Because, I mean, my first 2 pages, you guys should see it. It's horrible. Had I not been playing this game for the last 10 months with you goons, I would have no idea what I've been on about. I mean, dude. I need to throw away my first page and rewrite it. Probably my second one too, but
Rewrite it before you throw it away.
yeah, specifically. All right. I feel a little frustrated about all this. Can I go kill things, please?
There's four more lights. There are 4
So is that
lights.
so? Are we supposed to go kill these giants now to get what we're supposed to get to go do the stormy?
They just have the conscious. That's what you guys know. Each one has a conch.
And we only need one conch, or do we need all of them?
Are you asking me or are you asking the Oracle?
Ah, crap.
We have 4 questions left. Let's just ask the Oracle.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the Oracle since I'm already here.
Okay. Another light goes out as like, and only one is required to get to the Maelstrom.
Right?
I say we go find Gug because we've heard about that one a few times. And if she's been sending
questions. Mercenary, do you have any questions you need to ask while we're in here?
I have asked all that I wish to know at this time.
We need to ask about the dragon.
Since you have found.
Oh, that's right.
We should also ask how we could get into Howl's moving castle, but you know.
Yeah.
Who's moving castle?
He was making a joke. It's a movie.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. He's like, who's this guy? Who's Hal? You know, I don't remember that name. I don't. That's not my notes.
About the dragon.
Yeah. Well, I'm turning the page back over to the dragon's name at this point. Come on. Hold on. If you all have the name before I get to it, please tell me. Because I forget. How do I forget dragon names this quickly? There it is.
Did we ever ask the Oracle where that one tiny town was? Or did we just talk to the guy? I can't. Oh, wait. Yeah, we did ask the Oracle.
You did. And it basically is the one that told you that you would probably find it elsewhere.
I would like to ask the Oracle.
He not know where he's going.
Oh, actually, what are we asking the Oracle specifically about Klaus the Red Dragon? Do we trust him? I say we shouldn't anyway, just almost instinctively. But I mean, is he gonna eat us when we're done, or are we gonna get paid afterward?
Could ask what his true motives are.
You know what? There it is. Okay, Oracle. The question we have. I have another question. What are the Red Dragon Klaus' true motives behind hiring us to do all this?
A dragon's reasoning is never one outside of its own interests.
That dragon is benefiting somehow from this. I don't necessarily care one way or another. It's not my business. As long as that red... I mean, I just don't want to get eaten by a red dragon is my point.
And then immediately, kind of after it said that it's... But no ancient dragon can be trusted. Especially not him.
Oh, crap. We find out about the little boy's dad that we're supposed to kill? The little ghost giant?
You have a name, but you don't have a direct place yet. Like, you don't know exactly where the town is. You have a name, and you have a lead that there's a good chance that perhaps some cartographers in Waterdeep would have that information somewhere.
Should we just find out what these giants are the leader of? Like, I'm guessing Sensori is freaking Cloud, and Alto's probably a fire giant.
I mean, you can ask the Oracle.
I'm
Storvald.
well for
Getting ice.
well if we only have
I think we can deduce that ourselves.
Yeah, I just deduced 4 of them. I'm fairly certain of. So you know what? Maybe we'll save that question.
Hey, you can be an oracle yourself.
There's us. Are you an Oracle? How'd you figure that out?
Oh, good lordy.
Do we have any other questions?
Which one would be closer to our current location? Wait, actually, Iron Slag, no. Maybe.
I agree with what you said, though. I think Go would probably be our best bet to go after.
Probably an easy.
Does
We have
Arsnag
history there.
know where any of
We have history.
those things are?
Oh well, no. I'm actually looking at the map right now. Iron Slag's not that horribly far off, but I mean, it would almost be it'd be almost closer to find Guh. If you go just south of the Evermore, to the Distant River by Yartar, that's where Guh is roughly.
All right, well, let's take Linked out of it because we should probably just figure out what would be the easiest, just in case it comes down to fighting. And plus, Guh, we already have a lot of past issues with Guh because I mean, the whole beginning of our campaign, Guh was sicking giants and
on Golden Fields. Yeah.
Yeah, we should go hunt her down specifically because of the past history. Plus, she's a hill giant. Not to say that she's not a powerful hill giant, but I mean, we do good against hill giants. So,
right, and if I'm
I
right,
have an idea. We should
God.
lock Guh in to an arena. I cast Enemies Abound on her, and we have like a hill giant fight club, and she just fights all of the other hill giants.
oh God, yes, yeah, I love it. I love it. So, my question is, how are we going to get these other hill giants around Guh? Are we taking Guh captive, or are we just tying a rope around her and dragging her behind the ship?
we'll have Skabos choose an enlargement potion, and he can become the new husband. Perfect.
There we go.
I'd be fine with that.
I'm sure you
I'd be
would.
fine with getting it on with at least one of each race of giant.
I got $10. Says that she throttles you first, second, and third. Okay. Oh,
I could
Lordy.
be like king of the giants.
Oh Lord.
Because
All right, Oracle. Where could we find a place that we could get a lot of enlarging potions?
Really? Really? Not even in the circle.
There is no place known that has an abundance of such items. They are rare and precious, and cannot be easily found in large quantities.
Aw.
You have one light left.
Who would be the easiest one to take down of the giants?
if we had to.
This is not a simple answer as you might think. For each has their own strengths and weaknesses. Some can be destroyed by cunning, others by stealth. Your approach says much about which is the easiest. But, as the Ordning has shown, hill giants have traditionally been the weakest of all.
So we're hunting down Guh.
Thank you.
And the last light goes out. And so as the last light kind of goes out, Arshnag looks at you and says, "So is your path chosen then?"
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
gonna
we should wait
go-
another day so we can ask more questions.
That
more
is
questions?
what? Sorry. Go ahead. You guys are talking.
Game have more questions to ask.
I think we have all that we need, personally. But
I want to know if there's like any sort of slaver camp around where we could get a little wizard guy who can cast enlargement on me anytime I ask.
no, just no.
Darn. Worth a shot.
Fair. It is totally legit. Wait. Hold on. I need to stop myself. Wait. So since when am I the responsible one? Why am I telling people no? Screw it. We need to find this camp. We need an enlarging wizard for our bard.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having an enlarging.
Yeah, screw it. We need to wait around so we can figure out where this enlarging wizard is.
An enlarging wizard? That just sounds. Let us find the enlarging wizard.
You can make us a bunch of scrolls or something.
Right.
You know, Skamos, if you just took a couple
High
in
Priest
wizardry,
Viagra.
you could do it yourself.
Find the High Priest of Viagra. We'll be fine. Jeez. Sorry.
This is what happens when we have bards.
Yes, bards ruin everything. I
We love this
swear.
game out.
Facts.
Absolutely.
That's why
all
we
right.
love you.
So where the heck? Oh, that's why.
Literally just a moment or two south of Yartar, tartar sauce.
Talking about Gus, though, right?
Yeah, that's where we're going for Guh. It's on one of the branches of the Desserin River, which I'm sure when we get to Yartar, we could probably ask around. Which direction have you guys been seeing giants from?
I thought he said it was the Grudhog.
Well, yes, but it's off of one of the branches of the Desserin River.
That's one of that. The Grudhog was the name of her like enforcement or her like.
Right, which is right off the branch of that river right there. It's a big black dot
There you go.
that says Grudhog.
Really? Which map are you
Yeah.
looking at? Which map are you looking at?
The Northwest Pharaon map.
Okay, cool.
Big text that says Desserin Valley,
well,
north
yeah.
of-
Well,
Wolford,
and
Golden
here
Fields.
Here I am.
Grudhog.
And
See,
here
this
I-
is why you keep a druid around. I pay attention what the map says.
Now you're looking at greater picture. I'm saying Yartar and the Desserin River just to the south of that. Regardless.
And then from there
So-
we could go to Waterdeep because we're right next to it. Or we could go to Waterdeep first if we feel like we need to stock up on stuff, but I guess there's a million other towns we could stop on the way.
Now this is the real question. Do we take the airship,
Yes.
or do we pony up again and bring the trees? Because the trees can't go on the airship.
Is Harshnag coming?
Snag,
I
you
believe
gonna come join?
that it may be fun. And he kind of smiles.
Harshnag wants to punch a hill giant.
I guess we're walking and bringing the trees with us.
Yeah. Not to worry about the dragon person. We're not using their services anymore yet.
Come.
Right.
He so Harshnag kind of looks and kind of waves. He says, "Come, let us before the portal closes. Let us go back and make plans."
I like to hear.
And he steps through the portal. So as everyone kind of steps through the portal, and you appear on the other side. Let's get everybody in here. You're as you kind of walk through the portal to the other side and start working. It's off in the distance. You hear the crunch of frost under heavy feet, and suddenly the doors on the western side bust open, and standing there is an enormous blue dragon.
Blue, good or bad?
We I think they're bad. We've attacked the young blues before. Or
as it walks in, it sees you standing there and fixes its hateful gaze upon you.
Oh God!
Come in peace.
Hey girl, hey.
Harshnag immediately pulls out his great axe, raises it above his head, and releases a war cry. Everybody roll initiative.
I don't wanna.
Get wrecked, son. Oh, that 21 though. Yes.
Oh gosh.
The dwarf is gonna do something stupid. Jesus. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't roll, did it? All right, let's try it again.
I should feel bad for what I'm about to do. I should. Really should.
So, what's the size of this dragon?
It is gargantuan. This thing is a good 20 feet by 20 feet. Takes up an area of 20 feet by 20 feet. But this dragon is extremely long. It seems to almost radiate electrical current around it. You can see kind of small, as it moves towards you, you can see small sparks of static electricity arc between different sets of scales throughout her entire body, almost giving it a reflective kind of ripple effect going down its entire body as it moves. All right, everybody rolled initiative. And you know what? Before we get into this battle, it's break time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and take her. So guys, every day, every time that we play, at about the 2-hour mark, we take about a 15-minute break, so we can go and take a, go potty, do those things that we do. And when I come back, I'll talk a little bit about how you can get into playing these games with me, and all that kind of fun stuff. So stick around. I'm gonna turn up the music. We're gonna go to the break screen, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about how to get into the D&D. If you're interested in playing with me, but we'll talk about that in a second. Be right back. is up, everybody? Hi, how are you? Guys, I want to thank you first and foremost. I do pay a lot of more attention to the game when I'm doing Dungeons and Dragons. I am a lot more interactive in my normal stream, my video game streams and stuff like that. But when it comes to D&D, I am just a little more involved in the game. So if you came in and said something and I didn't react to you, I apologize. But I try to be a good DM and concentrate on the game.
What do you mean try? You do an excellent job.
So what we're doing, that's true. I mean, well, I like to pretend it's true. But anyway, guys, so what are we doing? We're playing Dungeons & Dragons. It is the oldest role-playing game known. It came out, it was the first one. Pretty much every RPG that you've ever played, hit points, those kinds of things, it all started with Dungeons & Dragons. Which in turn started from Wargaming, but we're not here for a history lesson. So if this is something you'd be interested in getting into, if you've never had the chance to play but always wanted to, that's what this entire thing is about. A lot of the folks that are in the stream that are playing the game right now on stream with me have never got a chance to play the game before, so this is their first time ever really playing. As you can see that they were all level 7. They're about to hit level 8. Yay! But, and they just got into a fight with a dragon, so maybe they're not going to hit level 8. But anyway, we won't talk about that. But,
no, the dwarf is not going to hit level 8, so, damn it. I'm sorry.
So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So generally what I do is I give priority to people who have never played Dungeons & Dragons before to get them into the games. If you jump into my Discord, there's a sign up sheet. All I really need is your mixer name and what, if you've ever played before. Essentially, the priority system goes like this. If you've never played D&D before, you get first priority. If you've played D&D before, but you've never played it with me, that's second priority. And if you've played with me, then your third priority. And that one is kind of a sliding window. The longer it's been since you played with me, the higher up on that list you end up getting. And essentially, my idea is to try to get as many people a chance to play the game as I possibly can. The only tools that you really need to do it is you need to have a PC. And you need to have Discord. We use Discord for our voice comms, and we use Fantasy Grounds as our virtual tabletop. Now, I have an ultimate license for Fantasy Grounds, which means that people with demo versions of Fantasy Grounds can join my game. What does this mean for you? It means the demo version is free. So you can get the free version of the software and be able to join my games. If you wish to buy a license, please do so. It's an excellent virtual tabletop. It does more than just Dungeons and Dragons. There's a lot of different rule sets for it that you can purchase or get from the website for various other tabletop games as well. So it's not just for D&D. There's other things you can do with it. But I use it primarily for Dungeons and Dragons. Excuse me.
Ooh.
So so go to the Discord, sign up if you were interested in playing, or just sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. But like I said, most of my other games, my other streams, when they're game streams, is I'm a lot more interactive with chat. I do spend a lot more time chatting with everybody in chat, not so much during game nights, and only because I'm focusing on the game and trying to be a better dungeon master and not distracted by the chat. I try to type out what I can. If you have questions about what's happening in the game or anything like that, put them in the chat. If I have the bandwidth and I can multitask at that time, I'll type out a quick answer for you. If you have a question that you want to ask, but you don't need an answer right then and there in the Discord, there's a place that you can also go It's called Ask the DM, where you can ask whatever questions you have about Dungeons and Dragons, and then I can answer those for you. But D&D is something that I'm very passionate about. I've been playing for over 30 years, and God, I've been playing this game a long time. I played through multiple editions, and I absolutely love it. I love DMing. I love this game so much, and then this is why I want to share it with as many people as I can, which is why I'm streaming it and why I'm basically doing open games. Why I'm trying to get as many new people into the hobby as I possibly can, because I absolutely love teaching it, I love playing it, and I love to get new people into it. It's fun for me. And I like to I have fun as a DM. I enjoy it. I think I'm all right at it. It'd be better if I had more time to prepare, but I do my best. Anyway, so that's what's going on. So all you guys that are hanging out tonight, thank you very much. I do very, very, very much appreciate it. So we got another 3 or 4 minutes before the end of our little break. And then the dragon's gonna break them. Maybe. It's just our gargantuan ancient blue dragon. How bad could it really be?
The dwarf is at the top of the initiative list. So
I would like to turn and look at Harshnag and tell him we should go back through the portal.
We'll just live in there from now on.
Right.
We could go back through it and get him to follow us.
I dare say we should murder ourselves a dragon. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
So
They'll die, and they're.
Yeah, it's true.
do you have that ability that lets you do you have that ability that lets you kind of get a vague understanding of how much stronger something is than you? I know some fighters have that. I don't know if your type of fighter has that.
That is definitely part of study my enemy. Hold on. That's part of Battle Master. I need to figure that out. Bear with me.
I just don't know if you have that or not. And if you do,
It's one. I think it's at the next level, to be perfectly honest. I need to sort through my skills, so please bear with me.
Yep.
I don't think you'd even want to know. I think that's just something we don't want to.
How does polymorph work again?
They cast the spell.
I turn you into something.
Yeah, he turns you into something. The no bigger CR than what your current level is. So right now you're level 7, so nothing CR 7 or higher.
Wait.
But it's gonna be a beast.
The dragon.
What's that?
I said he couldn't polymorph a dragon then.
He can try to.
Well, crap.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing, a level 7 fighter should have I have ability shit.
Okay.
Yeah. If I spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, I learned certain information about the capabilities.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have time. Got it. That's what I wanted to double check. Yeah, you need to wait for it. Yeah, you got to study it for a minute. So yeah, you're not going to have time for that.
All I would have wanted to know is its AC class anyway, and I'll figure that out here in a minute.
Yeah. So let me just give you a kind of brief. Well, I gave you some description of it, but essentially, it is extremely tall. It's a good. It's almost as tall. Well, it's taller than Harshnag. And it's, again, lightning shimmers down its entire body as it kind of moves through. It looks extremely angry to see you guys here. And are we ready? You know what? I didn't roll for Amandrea. Give me a second here.
Morgan, what's the name of the dragon that we're with right now?
The name of the dragon we're about to fight, or the name of the dragon we're working for?
One we're working with.
The dragon we're working for, the red dragon, Klauth. Yeah.
Let's name drop, baby. Maybe that'll save us.
Maybe.
No. This is a red dragon. We will probably only enrage this blue one, really. So, okay. I think we're ready for this.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this?
I have some horrible decisions to make for this one. Let's do this.
Morgan, it is your turn. You're at the top of the initiative order.
Hold on. 1, 2, or 3, you guys. I need to know which bad idea to play through.
3.
Oh God. Okay, I run in scream. No, I don't run in screaming. If I'm 90 feet away from it, I pull out my short bow because I'm pretty sure I'm within range of this goon.
You should be, yeah.
Wait, a large thigh. Okay, I guess I can use the large thigh bone as a club. Wow. I'm gonna take a.
You left that in there. You didn't take it with you.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm just saying it's part of my weapons, laughably. I'm gonna pull out my.
Yeah,
my
you needed to
longbow.
remove that from your stuff. But yeah, anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. See, we're gonna take a shot at this dude. Get wrecked, son.
That misses with an 11. Your first arrow goes wide.
Let's try it again.
Your second arrow hits, but just bounces harmlessly off of her blue. Oh God, I'm on the wrong scene. And bounces harmlessly off of her blue scales, doing no damage. That's your turn.
No, I'm gonna run screaming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I run screaming. Ah, God!
All right.
That's my turn.
See, I told you 3.
Amandrea, the first thing she is going to do is bless everybody. So she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna bless Harshnag. And hit Gregic and Morgan. And she's doing it as a first level spell, so that's all she's doing. Bless is a bonus action? No, it's one action. Yep. So she is done. All right. Gregic.
Right? Run through the portal screaming. Ah, God!
I'm going to move 5, 10, 30, 35, 40. I'm going to move up here.
Okay.
I'm going to enrage myself.
Okay.
That's Gamos, by the way.
Yeah, you move Skamos.
Hey, let's not.
We now
let's not
have
talk about that.
it's a barbarian. That's what
My
we have.
bad.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
30, 35, 40.
where's Frankie and Tiny in all of this?
Oh yeah, you know what? They were in the other room. Did I
Perfect,
not leave them there? All right.
Yeah, leave them there. I don't want them involved.
Okay.
I'm going to enrage. And it's right, yeah. I'm kind of hiding behind that statue right now, right? That big
Yeah,
statue?
you're kind of doing some line of sight blockage with the statue.
Any chance would I be able to successfully be stealthy in here?
She can still kind of see you. It's not like it's a solid chunk of stone like you can see between the legs and stuff like that. So you can You're partially covered, but you don't have full cover.
Right. Well, can't we be friends?
Please don't kill me, Mr. Dragon. Please don't kill me. Got it. All right. I forgot to do one thing. Let me do this real quick. Cool. All right. So that's your turn, Greg.
Yep.
Harshnag immediately takes off. 5, 15, 5, 15, 5.
Damn.
Face me, you blue bitch! He just yells right at her.
Get wrecked, son. Oh, this is gonna be
Immediately, she swings her head towards him and charges directly at him. She gets within range and then immediately just lets out this terrible roar. And we're about to do this thing here.
Hold
on. Let's see. Harshnag makes his save.
Ah, crap.
Huss fails.
Woof.
Okay. Morgan also fails.
Yeah.
Another fail. A fail from Scamo. Nope, Scamo succeeds.
Wow.
And
Thank God.
Grigik also fails. So you. What's that?
Amadrea's aura protect give us a bonus or no?
I keep forgetting about that thing. Give me a second here. Let me double check this thing. This is why I don't like playing other characters when I'm DMing, because it's like I always forget all the things that they have. Sure, attack, fighting style, aura of warding, resistance to damage for 10 feet away, the aura of devotion. Can't be charmed. That's not a charm. And so protection. 10 feet, you saving throw creature gets a bonus to saving throw equal to your charisma modifier within 10 feet of her. So nobody's within 10 feet of her, so it doesn't affect anybody.
Did you roll hers too, by the way?
Yeah. She was frightened as well. So everybody but Skamos and Harshnag were completely frightened by this dragon's roar. Scares the ever-living crap out of you. Essentially, what this means for you guys is, oops, I didn't mean to roll that. Being frightened, essentially, you have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls while you're still in sight of the thing that's scaring you. And you cannot move closer to the creature that is scaring you. All right. So
I'm gonna get unfrightened.
So essentially, you're frightened for 1 minute, and you can repeat that saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So basically, at the end of your turn, you can do that saving throw again. Just remind me, and I'll make sure I do it. All right. So that's the first part of it. After it did the roar, and then it tries to bite down on Harshnag and misses. Why does she have disadvantage? Hold on. I think I accidentally gave her frightened. Lols. All right. But she still misses. She'll miss Harshnag. By the way, I just want to point out that with a 2, she barely missed him. I just want to point this out to y'all so you kind of understand what the hell is happening right now.
I ran screaming.
She then follows up with a claw, which hits for 15 points of damage, and then with a second claw.
Ah, crap.
Which also hits.
35? That wasn't even a crit.
For another 16 points of damage. All right. And,
It's all you, Harshnag. You
there
got
you
this.
go. Huss, your turn.
He's not even going to attack on his turn.
It wasn't Harshnag's turn. Harshnag could move up. That's all he could do.
I'm surprised he didn't ready in action to cleave its face off or something. Freaking Harshnag.
Yeah. Well, he didn't.
Tiger.
Huss, you're up.
You can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what to do at this point because I'm scared. I just pooped my turtle pants.
there's poo in my shell.
I might have to tidal wave my shell out.
Don't worry, Turtle. I totally understand the feeling at this point.
Yeah, you were frightened too, right? Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Everybody but
totally
Skamos and Harshnag were frightened.
Well, at least Harshnag wasn't frightened. Fuck. Could be bad. We need him frontline.
If any of us gets hit by that, it's gonna be the end of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I could try to polymorph it. It's got to make a wisdom save. I don't know what its wisdom is.
Probably like 90.
Right. Oh gosh.
Try it anyway. Box of rocks. Box of rocks. Shit, not box of rocks.
Probably be easier to like turn. What's Harshnag's AC or not AC? His whatever power level.
9.
So you could turn him into a level 9 thing with polymorph.
He'll be just about the same strength.
But he'll have a lot more health.
Maybe. You know how much health he has?
I mean, he'd have free hit points or extra hit points.
There's that, yeah.
We might need that emergency later. I don't know. I'm just hoping this thing doesn't eat one of us. Or all of us.
There are no CR rating 9 beasts. So I couldn't turn him into anything at that level.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I should just pull out animals that are just going to get smoked.
I say distract him at this point. The less damage we take overall.
Yeah, I guess just surround him and hope he doesn't have like a tailspin attack or something.
Tailspin. He just spins around like a hurricane. Tail just beating the shit out of everybody.
Alright,
Takes
I'll
off like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Gonna conjure 2 direwolves right
Alright.
next to him
Cool.
on either side of Harshnag.
Got it. Let me go ahead and add these two to the fight here. Right next to him. Like down here.
Yep.
All right. That's direwolf number 1, and whoops, that's direwolf number 2. This is direwolf number 1. Hit over here. All right, so your spectral direwolves appear out of thin air. next to the dragon. All right, what else you doing?
Moving behind the statue so I'm not in line of sight of the thing that's freaking me out.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that is your turn next. Direwolf number 1.
Forget to try and make him unfrightened.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. There we go. Your wisdom save. 22. You succeed. You are no longer afraid of this dragon.
He helped running behind the statue.
Yeah, it worked. It worked perfectly for you. Congratulations.
Out of sight, out of mind. I'm no longer scared.
Yep. So yeah, running behind the statue gave you the opportunity to build your courage back up, and you are no longer unbelievably frightened by this creature. All right, Direwolf number 1. That's going to be a miss with a 13. And then the second Direwolf. A 20 will also miss.
What?
Oh, God, I don't want to fight a dragon.
You guys have fought dragons before. Just
dragons.
Just
He's a
not,
dragon.
just not very old dragons. That's then through the door you see Biggie and Toothless poke their little branchy hands through, hearing the noise coming from the far side. They see the dragon and they look at it, and that's all they can really do. Skamos, you're up.
All right. So, question: how can I see the balloon or our airship?
Not from where you are, no.
If I actually move in line with the doorway, can I see it?
No, because the way that hallway is shaped, essentially you're looking, the ceiling of it slopes. So all you can see is stone ceiling looking down the hallway.
I had a feeling. Darn, I was gonna see if I could just get on the airship and fire the ballista at it or something.
It would be difficult to do, from it being outside and the dragon being inside.
If I had a good vantage on it through the stairs.
Maybe, but
I wouldn't, so.
No, there's no direct line of sight, essentially, from the front entrance to this chamber. Moving back.
I'm curious how this gargantuan thing got in here anyway.
It can fit down the hallway?
Gosh.
All right, well. You're just running behind that other statue? All right.
Can I see it? I have line of sight enough to do a fireball at it from here, right?
Yeah, I think you'll have line of sight there. If not line of sight, you should have line of sight to catch it in the fireball.
All right. And I'd probably be able to only hit it and not anybody else. So
yeah, you could definitely do that. Yeah.
All right.
Completely succeeds at its saving throw.
Had a feeling that would happen.
And takes 29 points of damage.
Plus
25 or 24 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, because you get to re-roll those ones.
And then I can move 5 more feet, so I'm going to hide behind the statue even more.
By the way, I just want to point out that was halved. And so he only actually took 17 points. All right. So you're okay. So you're done? That's your turn?
I'll also cast Bardic Inspiration on Harshnag.
Okay. Cool. So he can use that up at some point. Morgren, you are back up.
I don't think you can move that way, Morgan.
Yeah, you can't move towards it. So you could move, like, you can't move that, like, you could move up. As long as you're staying the same distance away from it, you should be fine. So, like, you can move up near, Gregic. But, yeah, not towards, yeah, moving up that way, you should be, either that or that, either way. Is that all you're doing? You talking with mute on?
Yeah, yes, I was.
I was like, he's not saying anything, so
No.
my guess is...
So, end of turn, saving throw to become unfrightened, because that's all
I am doing that once I find it again. Right. Here we go. Saving throw.
Yeah.
17, you still fail.
What?
You were still very afraid of this sucker.
I cuddle the bugbear at this point.
Please, save me! Save me!
Stroke his fur, give him some extra static for his static shock that he can't do and won't do anything against it.
Amandrea basically says, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting out of here. And keeping a wide berth away from the dragon, starts moving her way around. And let's go ahead and do her save real quick. Yep, she's still frightened. Gregic, you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna stop right here and I'll end my turn.
Okay. Save.
+2 now, right? Because I'm within 10 feet.
19 still fails.
God, why are we fighting the dragon?
We're screwed. Run away. Tactical retreat.
That was adding the 2, by the way, so, you know.
Yeah.
Harshnag. Harshnag throws, what are you fools doing? Flee! And, and he turns to make a swing at the dragon. His first hit. Critical hit on the dragon.
That's Harshnag!
For 70 points of damage.
Wow.
Then swings again for his second attack. And will hit with his second attack for 46 points of damage. This absolutely enrages her. And she is not happy. She immediately breathes a... Let's see here. What is this? Yeah, she's only going to be able to get him. So she absolutely just shoots lightning out of her mouth directly at Harshnag. He fails to get out of the way in time.
Wow.
Taking 83 points of damage as the lightning arcs through his body and hits the wall behind him.
He wasn't ready.
I had a feeling this was a scripted loss.
Huss, you're up.
Alright, I am using my combat wild shape and turning into a dire wolf.
Okay.
And I am going to, because it moves much faster.
Way faster than you do. Yep.
And it becomes a large creature,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
And I want to use that ability to pick up the dwarf and run.
I love you.
All right, give me a quick strength check for that, please.
20.
I want to live.
All right, and give me a dex check there, Morgan.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. So, between your pure strength and your ability to hold on, Morgan, you're able to grab a hold of the... as Huss runs towards you, he ducks his head and kind of scoops up underneath between your legs and kind of flips you up onto his back. And you are able to scramble and grab a hold of his fur, which was difficult because you're still fixated on this thing this dragon that's scaring the crap out of you, but you're able to hold on. And now you're riding the dwarf, or the dwarf. You're now riding the turtle that's shaped like a direwolf. All right.
And I'm not scared, so you can keep going.
Yeah. All right, Dante. Direwolf number 1.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's you, buddy. They're your direwolves. That's going to hit with a 23.
Yay! And I didn't even roll advantage on that.
I know. 7 points of damage to the blue dragon. Yeah, makes it save.
Darn.
I mean, do you see what his saving throw was?
Yeah. I'm just glad I hit him.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, direwolf number 2. That's gonna miss with a 10. All right. Biggie makes his way up in the room. And that is actually within 10. So Biggie will go ahead and try to slam his branches into the dragon and will critically hit.
Ooh.
For 32 points of damage.
Wow.
Toothless moves in. All right. And that's Toothpock. Nah, I forgot it's not Toothless anymore. Skamos, you're up.
Do I know how big its cone of breath is?
You just saw it happen, and it was like a line of lightning that arced out of its mouth.
How far back did it go?
It hit the wall behind him.
Damn. Run away.
If I moved here, would I have been hit by it?
Well, no, because that's not the angle he shot it at. But you would have been hit by it if you were in the angle that he shot it at. Yes.
And you would have been just killed outright, incinerated. As much
The
damage as it did.
statue wouldn't block me?
I'm saying if you were like if at the angle that he can shoot it, he can hit you from there. If that's what you're asking, he has line of sight.
Okay. is there any sort of cover I could get so he wouldn't have line of sight between where I was and 60 feet? I'm trying to get into the room with the animals so I can just yeet away with one of them.
Oh, you're trying to save the animals in the other room.
Yes.
That's what you're trying to do. I mean, so you get partial cover, but there's no direct, like, completely out of line of sight anywhere in this room, really.
Well, YOLO.
You get partial, and that's about it.
Staying right where I'm at.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Fireballs or anything, or?
I dashed.
Yeah, he moved all the way up. Morgan, you're up. Oh yeah, Morgan, you're gonna hold. Are you just gonna hold on to him?
You know, we're all in a very bad grouping at this point. I'm gonna jump from the wolf's back. 5, 15, 20, 25. Are the doors? Are these doors to the north of us open and able? Can I open them or?
I mean, you could. Why are you going that way? I'm just out of curiosity.
I'm kind of thinking of going through that spider's burrow. That place is way too Yeah, no. I was gonna go back to the spider's burrows. This dragon's way too big to get in through that direction.
Yeah, we closed it off. You have
remember when we,
That's what I was. That's what I thought. That's. Yep.
No, I totally forgot about. I forgot about that.
You remember? You all collapsed the tunnels to keep more spiders from coming in.
Right. Did we lift? Did we lift these gates up that barred the side rooms?
Those gates are open. Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
And you can clearly see through, this entire place because all the torches are lit.
25, 30, 35, 40.
I mean, if you were going to do that...
45, 50, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Blowing my action surge, my dash, and my run speed, I run screaming.
So you'd be able to do with your action surge... you would be able to move 75 feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty
allowed
sure.
to do that?
What? Use a dash as this action surge? Yes.
I mean, isn't he moving closer to the dragon at some point during that?
Well, technically, he's just running in a straight line, so I'm not going to call that moving closer, even though kind of technically, mathematically speaking, but he's just running past it.
Keep running.
And if you would have stayed on the wolf, we would have gone 100.
Right?
If we get lightning breath, we're all screwed. So,
but you were riding the wolf, so you would have gotten its moving speed.
Fine. I can take a lightning breath. One.
just one.
No, that's just. Does the dragon have line of sight on me right now? I'm curious.
No.
Perfect.
No, you were around the corner.
Did I win? I win?
And
okay.
let's go ahead and, before I forget, let's go ahead and do your save.
Critical hit, come on, I want to live.
Where'd he go? 20 wisdom, there it is. And yes, after moving around the corner, the effects of being frightened leave you. Amandrea, seeing her opportunity, jumps on the back of Huss and says, "Ride, Tortle, ride!"
Excellent.
Greg, it's your turn. I don't know. It seems like something that she would do, so that's what I'm making her do.
Right. Perfect.
I can't
love
attack
it.
or anything, right?
You can you just have you'll have disadvantage on any attacks you do.
There's no point for me to attack. Well,
wouldn't it keep your rage going, which probably wouldn't matter because anything you hit you with probably wouldn't be physical. But
Since I'm frightened,
You know.
does it count as I'm still in action, like in a battle right now? Since I'm frightened.
I mean, you're in everybody's still in combat, regardless of you're frightened or not.
But you know how like if I don't do anything, like for
Yeah,
a while, my
technically,
rage
actually,
will
you know
come
what?
out.
Yeah, your rage would have dropped since.
I need to re-rage myself. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what you would have to do. But I would say, okay, I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
I mean, I need that enrage on, just in case.
Okay,
So- I'll do it again.
all right, no worries.
Keep it rolling. I will shoot at him with a bow.
Okay, and then move.
I don't want to move yet. Actually, I'll take both my shots.
Okay. Your 22 hits.
Oh my gosh, I hit him.
Yeah.
Wait, we're counting the disadvantage.
Did it do? It actually didn't do your disadvantage, which is weird.
There's no way I should be able to hit him unless I roll.
Did it? I don't think I applied the frightened to you, I guess.
Oh, well, I'm frightened.
Yeah. I mean, roll a second one. Roll a second attack there. Yeah, so you'll miss.
Right.
So your first attack misses.
And then I'm just going to move right here.
Okay.
Move right here.
Okay.
That's within 10 feet of her, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to end my turn so you can try and save.
Oh, right. Well, you can try to save.
Yeah.
You fail again. So that's 3. Matter of fact, let me give this to you real quick, so I don't have to keep track of it. And then I'll just make sure that this now is... Yep, there we go. And that should be 7 now. Okay. Harshnag is like, I said move!
Baby.
And he turns around and just takes his axe and slams it into the statue of the Allfather. And as soon as he does so, a large chunk of stone comes off of it, and the entire place just starts shaking. The walls, the ceiling starts to cave in. And it looks like y'all may want to get out extremely quickly, because it looks like this place is about to drop in on you. And then he takes his second attack and hits the dragon. It actually makes contact. And 33 more points of damage. The dragon takes a bite at one of the dogs. Hits it
Wow.
Goodbye.
for 41 points of damage, killing it outright. It then takes a claw at the other direwolf and hits
Goodbye.
for 11 points of damage, not quite bringing it down.
Whoops.
All right. That would now be Huss's turn. Now
All
remember,
right,
this place
Andrea.
this place is crumbling around you.
Sprint. Blam.
Yep. So you go running through with Amandrea on your
We're
back.
out.
Direwolf number 1 is dead. Direwolf number 2. I mean, I can go
Okay,
ahead and
still
do
gets
it.
advantage.
Yep, still gets advantage. We'll miss with a 15.
Misses.
Biggie. tries to slam his branches back into this dragon, and will miss. Toothpack is able to move his way around and is getting on the other side of the dragon. Skamos, you're up.
Did you
Call out.
skip the... Oh, no, never mind. You did attack with the dragon. How long until... Do I have a guesstimate on how long it will take until this collapses?
You need to get out of this room.
Within how many turns?
Like, within the next 1 to 2.
All right.
And at least, if not this room, maybe this whole thing. It's hard to tell from where you are, but this whole place could be coming down.
Just yell for him.
Seriously.
So, how would a long rest work? Say I teleported in with the animals and cast a tiny hut over me and the animals, and I rested in there. Would I be able to get another teleport so I could get out of there before the hut collapsed? Or before anything hit me from what would collapse?
A long rest is 8 hours, and the hut lasts 8 hours.
So I'd have a couple of seconds
You
before the
would
thing fell
have
on my
no
head.
time at all, because you got to think about it. You have to cast it and then start the rest. Right? So you have to cast the hut, then start the rest. So the hut will collapse before you're finished with your 8 hour rest.
By seconds.
Let's see.
Booming voice for the for the animals, and I don't know, man. It's a tough call.
I won't booming voice. I'll yell at them to come to me. The dog should at least listen. The cat's not technically bound to me, so it may or may not. I think I can only take one anyway. I'll ready an action to, if this place seems like it's going to collapse on my head, like it's currently about to fall on my head, I will teleport out of here.
Okay.
Where? The ship?
Like just any spot anywhere, or are you gonna teleport to the ship or something?
Just outside of this place. I don't technically know if the ship's still there. I mean, I doubt this dragon just left our ship there just for funsies. It seems like it probably would have destroyed that and then went, hey, there's probably people in there. Let's mess them up.
Fair.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think outside's just fine.
Okay, cool. I'm moving stuff around so I can see stuff better. All right, so you're moving there, you're readying the action. That is your turn, correct?
Yep.
All right. So immediately coming through the door here, how far does he move? Okay, cool. You can see the dog come running, and on his back, holding on for dear life, you can see Tiny with his little wings holding onto the dog and flapping, somehow thinking that maybe with him flapping, maybe he'll make this dog move a little bit quicker, or maybe he can take off with the dog. It's almost as if Tiny is trying to save Frankie. But riding Frankie is really what's happening right now.
Oh, that's excellent.
This
So cat's my spirit animal.
So he gets there, and that's as far as they get.
He might be owned by the dwarf, but he takes after Skamos.
All right, I need both Gregic and Skamos to make some dexterity saving throws for me. All right,
It's under
this
the-
is 16.
Right here. Dexterity saving throw.
Yep. And a 18. Large rocks start falling from the ceiling, landing around you. But luckily, none of them have come close enough to really hit you yet. The same thing happens around the dogs and around other ones. Biggie takes a part of the ceiling kind of to some of his branches, breaking quite a few of them off. And the dragon kind of dodges out of the way of the ones headed towards her. And that's that. Morgan.
And Skamos, you said you had teleport readied for you and the pets. Perfect. Okay.
You can only take one of those, right?
Probably. I can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller.
You're going to have a decision
So
to make.
technically, could I put one in my backpack? Could I put the cat in my backpack and just carry it?
You wouldn't be able to necessarily do both as a readied action.
Do you have a bag of holding on you?
I don't, but I have a backpack. I can shove one in my backpack. If it's not a readied action,
Well,
because they're not close enough to me for me to actually teleport yet. So I'd have to wait until my next turn.
You're cutting it close.
It's worth the risk.
well, what I could
I
do,
ran in front of a dragon.
To save these animals.
what I could do is what I'm thinking. I could call out to the Tristram. It's a flying creature and have it like fly to me. Probably fly around the corner a little bit, sure, but I don't know.
It only has a 40-foot climb, so
Oh God, I mean, would we be able to fit the Tristram inside the backpack of our bard? I mean,
It'll fit.
okay, perfect. Run away!
All right.
So,
I mean, it's still your turn, Morgan.
and 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Yep. On your way through, yes. Okay. And you were no longer dealing with the deal anyway. Andrea is riding on the turtle and will continue to do so. Gregic. The building is falling apart.
oh,
To take 15 feet this direction. I would like to look over to Harshnag and tell him thank you and sorry that
Well, crap.
because I can't get this fear off me. And then I'm gonna sprint. 5,
Okay.
10, 20.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
And your save here. So as you get out of the line of sight, you succeed on your saving throw. It's amazing how that's happened for every single one of you. As soon as you get out of line of sight, it breaks. That's amazing. All right. Totally not really expected. All right.
Right.
Harshnag looks over at the bard and says, "There's always one idiot in the group, and I thought it was the dwarf." And takes a swing at the dragon and hits for another 33 points of damage and swings again. By the way, I don't know if y'all been keeping track, but this thing's he's been doing massive damage to this thing and it's still not down yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been 2 crits on it.
Yeah. All right.
One from Biggie.
Yep. All right. After a couple of swings, kind of getting irritated at all the crap going on around it, Let's see here. Let me get this open. She raises her head and suddenly out of nowhere. Whoops. Pointers. We're doing a circle. A giant storm appears. And actually, she's going to put it over here. Yep, centered right there. Large chunks of ice start falling from the sky and start falling in this circle directly on top, and landing on top of just about everything. Let's see. Let's do the saves. Harshnag fails his saving throw. The dog saves its does not make its saving throw, and Biggie, wow, rolls a 1 and also fails saving throw. Biggie takes 20 points of damage, resisted down to 14. The direwolf takes 23 points of damage, putting it in critical condition. And then finally, Harshnag takes 9 points of damage, being a frost giant, taking far less cold damage, which is probably the only thing keeping him alive right now. And Huss, you're up.
I guess I'm just running.
And running.
At least I'm not the only one that popped into its head or their head.
It's neat. All right. So you're just gonna move out. You're moving out. Got it. Direwolf is going to go ahead and attack. I'll do it while you're moving it, just to save a little bit of time here. And rolls a 1 and automatically misses. Biggie.
It has advantage.
You were absolutely right. It does. I forgot that piece. Let's go ahead and try that again, shall we? My bad. I forgot. So the first is a 1. We know is definitely going to miss, but since he gets advantage, the second one is a 20 and will also miss. So yeah, Biggie has had enough of your crap, dragon. Misses. And then Toothpack, not to be confused with Toothpick, also misses. Skamos.
Although they're going to become toothpicks here soon.
Okay. Do giants, frost giants have some sort of, like, Valhalla or something that I know of?
I mean, yeah, it's their whole All-Father. So yeah, they have their own version of that, yes.
Okay. All right. So, I'll shove the cat in the bag, hold on to the puppy, kind of give it some scritches.
Okay.
And I'll yell at Biggie and Toothpack. I can't actually remember who gave the guy's name who gave it to us, and I don't have that quest anymore. I think it was like Turlang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turlang.
Turlang or something.
Yep.
I yell at them and say, I'm sorry it has to end like this. I'll go and tell Turlang of, all that you did for us. And Harshnag, thank you for everything. I'm sorry I didn't get to use the enlargement potion on you. Enjoy
Shut
your time
up
with the
and
Allfather.
go!
And then with that, I say the words to my spell, which, since it's verbal, I just scream yeet and then teleport out of there.
Where are you teleporting?
Just like right outside the entrance, like right outside of what we can see on this map, pretty much.
Okay, so I gotcha. Wait, how do you have teleport?
Dimension door.
Oh, okay, that's what I got really confused, because I was looking at teleport and I'm like, this is a level 7 spell. You're doing Dimension Door, which is a whole different thing. Yeah, all right,
I can
within
move 500 feet. And that's,
okay.
I already moved a horse there and targeted it, so I know that it's within the bounds.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep, you're good. Okay. Yeah, so you go ahead and teleport yourself out. Go ahead and move yourself and the animals. You saved the day. You saved the animals. Tiny does not like being in your backpack, by the way. Especially when you suddenly turn, and disappear into the ether with him in his bag. Like, he was not expecting that at all. All right, Morgan.
Oh, that must have been a trippy thing for him to say. 5, 15.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, you can kind of hear behind you just the sounds of just a pure and total destruction. Large plumes of dust are coming through the doorways, making it almost impossible to see what's really happening at all. Wait, you can move them together?
Shift click.
Oh. Well, Alan learned something new just now with the system. Okay. That would have been awesome with all those freaking 25 orcs that I had the other day. Anyway.
So I moved my 25 feet.
Yep.
Can I use my action to mount one of the horses?
Sure.
Since I've already moved, would I be able to move again since the horse's movement?
It'll use the horse's movement, and their initiative is towards the bottom, so they'll be able to take off in a little bit.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. No worries. Amandrea is just holding on to the turtle dog. The horses themselves, except for the one that you're mounting, are starting to get a little nervous and seem to want to bolt out the front door. Gregic.
Oh man, this doesn't set well with me. 5, 10, 25, 30, 35. I'm gonna run and just jump off this ledge.
Okay. Yeah, give me either an athletics or acrobatics check.
Jump at like an angle. That's okay, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. You said acrobatics or athletic?
Or athletics, whichever one, your choice. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to jump down without like landing awkwardly or anything. You're able to keep your feet.
And then I'd like to sprint.
Okay.
That was 40 right there for me.
Yep.
When I was jumping.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine. Gravity did the work. It's not like you used movement to go downward. Gravity did that for you.
Oh, poor puppy.
Yeah, she's just excited. Janelle's outside.
Absolutely.
I guess you're gonna try to mount a horse.
Can I mount a horse even because I've already used my action?
Yeah, actually, no. You'll be able to do it next turn.
Then I'm just gonna tell. I just want to tell Morgan to grab all the horses as he's riding by and get him out of here.
Okay. Yeah, they look like even if somebody doesn't do it for them, they're probably going to do that themselves. They're getting very skittish at the noise and the dust that's just kind of flowing out towards you guys.
I'm kind of surprised the horses are here after a dragon came walking through and passed them.
Seriously.
Stop.
Ignored them. All right. So you hear the sounds of battle happening on the inside. You're not quite sure what's going on, but you definitely hear the sounds of the familiar sounds of Harshnag and his battle cries as he just throws some of the worst insults you've ever heard come out of his mouth at this dragon. You also hear the sounds of more ice falling and just the sounds of snarling and gnashing of teeth happening. Huss, it's your turn. Also, by the way, Huss, you feel the presence of the other direwolf fade away.
I figured as much. And I'm out of here.
Of course, it wasn't alive, so I guess it doesn't really... I mean, it was alive, it just goes back to the plane in which it came from. Alright, so you're out. More noises. Skamos. You're outside. So as you guys start kind of coming out there, you notice that the airship is kind of moving its way towards you. The crew has already tossed ladders over the side. It looks like they're getting ready to try to help get you guys out of here. And so what you doing, Skamos?
Is it even a good idea to get on the ship with an angry dragon? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it seems like a better idea than running on foot.
We have horses.
You make a very valid point. Carry on, good sir. Carry on. My bad.
I guess I'll just wait until I can climb up onto the ship and try and... Or I'll let the, cat out of my bag.
Yeah, there you go. Let the cat out of the bag. Got it.
I'll just kind of wait for the ship and climb up it.
Okay. No
with the dog
problem.
Somehow.
As soon as you let the cat out, it beelines straight towards the ship. It's going to try to intercept the ship. It wants out, and it wants out now. So it's going towards the closest thing it can.
Or yell sorry at the cat.
Sorry, Kiki. All right, yeah. So Morgan, you on the horse, you can go ahead and start moving out.
What's the movement speed of the horse?
The horses themselves have, I believe it's 60. Yeah, 60 feet.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35.
You can
40.
easily, while you're doing this, too, get a slap on the hindquarters on a lot of these horses to get them to kind of snap out of their freaking out and get you out of there. Yeah.
As I'm running by, I'm giving the the yaw movements.
Yeah.
Slapping the one as I pass to try to get the whole herd moving.
Gotcha. Yeah, and they all start moving out. So, and they all make their way out into the snowy fields.
And as I make it out, I pop off the horse, noticing the airship coming our way, giving the one just a really big smack, trying to get it away from, trying to set the horses free, as it were. We're going to the airship, and I worry about them getting eaten.
Gotcha. All right. And
go on, get out of here.
Andrea's just like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. She's just yelling at the ship for them to get there a little bit quicker. Greg, there's just a giant plume of dust. Like, you can't see anything. It's already kind of caught up to you, so it's getting real hard to see. All right. Slowly making your way out. Yeah. More sounds of combat kind of receding. You can hear like the rumble is still happening. And then out of nowhere you just hear this just the sound of just can only be described as an avalanche. Just tons of heavy stones falling deep inside this place. you just hear the sounds of stone crunching and slamming, and just a giant plume of dust comes flowing out of both the two sides through the portcullis, down the stairway, and just flies up the hallway. And just about that time, the ship gets low enough where you guys can access the ship ladders and start making your way up top.
I think you got the heroic exit, Gregor.
Right.
Yeah, you come running out right as like a big plume of dust comes like right out behind you.
Good work, sir.
Like
Good work.
Roadrunner.
Like, ah!
There's this like boom of air. You jump, you launch these couple of feet forward. Just, ah! Explosions.
You never look at explosions. Never look at the explosions.
Oh man.
Remember what I was telling y'all before about you were fighting young dragons? When they get older, they get much stronger. Welcome to your first real dragon.
That's level 22 challenge.
We still in
No, initiative's over. It you don't even hear the sounds of combat anymore. After that cacophony of noises coming from inside the temple, you don't hear anything coming from there anymore, other than the occasional like extra rock falling and rubble slowly settling.
Alright, dwarves, get digging. We gotta go make sure Harshnag's alive.
I think our friend.
He said, no. He can handle himself.
No. He's finally at peace and away from me. And I think that's the way he would like it. Okay. So let's make our way onto this ship. What should we do with our horses? Should we just free them here? Should one of us make our way to a town with them, or
They come and park down here and let us load them up on the deck?
It will take quite some time they don't really have they have cargo straps and stuff, which they can connect to like crates and things like that. But to wrap it around a horse, they don't really have, they're not really configured for live cargo, essentially.
let me open up the big map.
I guess. I mean, I guess we just want to release them then?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, they're smart animals. We'll leave them a bunch of grain stuff on their packs and their coats.
Did we buy these horses only to bring us up to the mountain?
No,
Then
we didn't actually buy them. They were gifted to us from one of the quests that I had got us a favor, and
The favor that you
horses.
turned in for one of the lords that you got fully kitted out horses. So you got them for free.
So, I mean, let's hope these horses are smart enough to find their way back to their original lords, or if nothing else, come across a set of traders that need them or something.
If we leave them here, they'll die up here. It's cold.
It's true. Let's
Horses
see.
aren't going to just stand around and wait for you until they die. They're smart enough creatures to leave. And they don't look like they really want to be around here anyway. They keep, looking nervously towards the opening of this area and like snorting, and it's only their training that's really kind of keeping them from moving right now.
So, what I want to do then is let's release them. I want to go up to one of the horses and just start pushing. Just go. Slap it on the butt kind of lightly. Just go. Get out of here. Miss you, old yeller.
Are you going to shoot it? That's what they did with the old yeller.
Well, that's horrible. No, let's not shoot it. Get out of here as I slap it on the butt. Just go. Trying to get these horses away from their training and whatnot. Kind of just pushing them away.
All right. Yeah, so after like a little bit of poking and prodding, eventually a good slap on the hindquarters gets them moving down the trail and away from this place. They don't even look back. They just keep running.
Perfect. I mean, it's better off for him.
All right, well, let's get on the ship then. There's no reason to stick around here.
All right.
Oh, hell no.
So you guys climb up on the ship. The rest of them look pretty nervous. They're like, she saw us, but she completely ignored us, and we thought it was probably a good idea to get ready to make a quick getaway. I think we were right.
Clever lads.
Good call. Good call, everybody here. Saved our lives.
All right. So you guys get
I
up.
think we should have a moment of silence for all that was lost in there. We lost Harshnag and our tree friends.
I mean, that's the second time Harshnag saved our life.
Yeah.
Whiskey for our men and beer for our horses. Amadrea, let's go get drinks for our fallen comrades. So have wine in their honor. A toast.
She's
to
definitely
the
down
Shenanigans.
to drinking. The ship lifts up and takes out. They're not sure whether or not the dragon is still alive or if anyone's still alive, so they're gonna take it careful. Try not to get too high so they're easily spotted or anything. So they're gonna do some slow going and kind of go through some passes and make it a little bit essentially not a straight line, to kind of give. Where did that go? Where did you all go? Why don't I find you?
Upper airship deck.
No. I'm talking about. I don't know where the P went for the party. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, so you start kind of. Oh, there you are, right there. I just couldn't see it. It was camouflaged. So you start making your way through the and start heading southward, and you know, after a while, you kind of feel everyone kind of start to relax a little bit. After a few hours of, you know, nothing happening, it doesn't look like you're being pursued, and things kind of go back to normal for the group. So as things start to kind of calm down, they say, okay, so what's the plan then?
I think we need to head down to Yartar town. We have business along the river that starts with
Desserin
the-
River? Yeah.
Thank you. Words fail me. Yeah, we need to get to the Desserin River, and I think a good place to start is Yartar. So we should head that direction.
South it is then. Well, we haven't been pursued. I still think maybe we should still be careful. That was a very old dragon, and if she is nowhere near as powerful, of course, as our master, but all dragons are to be feared and awed.
Fact.
What was it like?
I do believe both our shelled friend and our plated friend may or may not have soiled themselves.
You can look inside my shell if you'd like, and that'll tell you what it's like.
That is
Yeah.
a kind offer, but one that I will not take you up on. But was she beautiful up close? I heard that the blue ones, when they get very old, they crackle with electricity all over their bodies. Is it true?
That's exactly what she was doing.
It was beautiful in a horrifying kind of way.
Yes.
We
Death in her
we
scales.
didn't get close enough to really look that closely.
Oh. I've never been so close to one so large. Not a blue, anyway. They're beautiful creatures. Beautiful masters. And soon they will rule this world. But first, we have giants to stop now, don't we?
Wait, the Blues? You know what? Never mind. I don't even need to know. Forget it. Forget I said anything.
All right, so you guys start heading southward, and you know what? As you guys start making your way southward towards your first destination of for the hill giant leader, I think we're going to end it here because y'all get to level up. So we will do that off stream to not bog down everybody with boring talking about numbers stuff. So you guys will be hitting level 8 off stream. So we'll talk about that. We'll do the leveling up process off stream. And when we start next week, you guys will be level 8 characters.
Yeah.
So congratulations, y'all. You survived your first encounter with an ancient dragon. I mean, you ran, but you survived. That's the important thing here.
Sorry, I interrupted again.
And somehow, you even saved the animals. I don't even know why that was important, but apparently saving that dog and cat was very important for the bard.
No, it was very important.
Hey,
if I could have done something about it, I would have.
It's perfectly 100% in character, so I'm not like, that was really dumb. Matter of fact, give yourself inspiration for that. Because you straight up almost got yourself killed to save those animals, which is 100% within Skamos' character, and that was just some amazing, like, I am going to risk my life to save a dog and a Tressum. And
worth
yeah,
every second.
Yeah, that's you're getting yourself a some inspiration for that one. And for those of you who don't know what that means, essentially inspiration is at any time he can choose to give advantage to either one of his roles or to somebody else's role. So it's like an extra added bonus that he can add sometime later on. So what were you saying?
And as an addition to that, I, the dwarf, feel that I owe you a debt of gratitude for saving my puppy and cat. As a favor, ask me anything the one time, and it's yours.
That's a terrible thing to ask, Skamos. You know.
Oh, I don't know. I know this is gonna come back and slap me in the face. I know for a fact, but
as you sleep,
not slap, maybe whip.
Saved my puppy dog's life. It's worth whatever. It's worth it. Okay, worth it.
He's gonna ask for your beard hair, and you don't want to know why.
That's okay.
But
I'll split him every night if he wanted to naked. Doesn't matter.
But for you guys out there in the chat watching, guys, thank you very much for being here tonight. I really, really appreciate you hanging out with us. I hope you had fun. I had fun. Our illustrious party nearly got ate by a dragon. They've discovered the awesome power that is an ancient dragon, and they should be significantly afraid at this point, I believe. So, that being said, we will be back next week with more Dungeons & Dragons. So, Sunday, Horizon Zero Dawn. So that's what we're going to do for the 8-hour stream. I didn't get a phone call. I'm so happy we got to play a full game. We're going to level up, so when we come back next week, we'll be level 8. Guys, I will see you on Sunday. Until then, be good to yourselves. Be good. Oh, wait. You know what? Shoot. I almost forgot the bonus roll. Guys, I almost forgot bonus roll. I like to say thank you to all my viewers to giving a bonus roll of Divine Favor, which is our in-stream currency. Why are you booing? Tonight, our bonus roll is... our bonus roll is... That's better. We'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. We're not going to go with the one. I'm just in a good mood tonight, I guess. I don't know. That's 60 Divine Favor for everybody. Guys, you could have gone anywhere, but you came to see me. That makes me extremely happy and makes you guys wonderful human beings. Thanks for hanging out in my D&D stream. This will be uploaded to YouTube. If you're interested in the previous episodes, my YouTube channel has every single one of them uploaded, so you can get caught up. This is episode 27, so you can watch 1 through 26. I think episode 10 is the only one it messed up, so I only got like an hour of that episode, but... Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I will see you guys later, hopefully on Sunday. Until then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Remember, you guys only have one life to live, so does everyone else around you. Try to leave their lives a little bit better than what it was when you got there. I will see you all later. Have a great rest of your night.
The eye rests. It has shown you all it can for now. This is not a time for sorrow, but a time for joy. When one chapter ends, another must always begin. Ponder upon the lessons you have just witnessed, and heed its wisdom. Apply it to your lives. Go forth, be well, and do good towards the others that enter your story. Let your chapter end